Hello guys. So in this video, I will discuss a few things on law of large numbers, and then I will give you a demo on law of large numbers. So let me start by sharing my screen with you guys. So just give me a minute. Okay. Alrighty. So this is again my R Studio. I'm going to give you the demo in my R Studio, and just to give you a brief background on weak law of large numbers. Specifically, I will look at weak law of large numbers. I will not look at strong law of large numbers. Weak law of large numbers in very simplest, or in the simplest of terms means things will work out in the long run. I don't know how simple. That's the best thing I came up today. Everything will work out in the long run. Short term, there might be bad things. Bad things could happen, but in the long run, things will be better. And that's what again hope is, by the way. So I'm not saying weak law of large numbers like hope, no. And I'm not saying everything will work out in the long run, no. That's also not true, but to some extent, yes. The idea here is in the long run, things will converge to something called as the expected value. Expected value. For example, well, let me just give you an example of expected value. Expected value. Let's say heads, and let's consider the case of coin toss. You get a heads or you get a tails. Let me give my heads as like 0 and my the other thing tails as my 1. Let's consider it's an unbiased coin. Let's consider it's an unbiased coin. So if you toss the coin, let's say you toss the coin, there is 50-50 chance that you will get a heads or a tails. There's a 50-50 chance, and that could happen. And that's, by the way, it could happen. Anything can happen. Let's say you toss the coin once, you got a heads. Let's say you toss the coin again, second time, you got a heads. Lucky. Let's say again you tossed the coin the third time, you got a heads again. So 3 times you tossed the coin and 3 times you got heads, even though the coin is unbiased. And let's take one more case. 4th time, let's say you tossed the coin 4th time and again you got a heads. I mean, what is going on here? I think the coin, I think Harvey Dent from Batman, he's tossing the coin, and his coin, by the way, had like heads and heads on both sides. So based on this, this small observation, we tossed the coin 4 times, and based on this observation, can we see that the coin, the underlying thing was the coin is unbiased, that there's a 50-50 chance? Can we say that the coin is biased? No. No. Thing is, what you have done is you're running it. You have tossed the coin only 4 times. I told you things will work out in the long run. I will not get into the mathematics of weak law of large numbers. You can, if you want, you can go to Wikipedia. They have a very good looking expression on weak law of large numbers. I will not get into all those maths and stuff. I will try to keep it short, and I will try to keep it to the point. And now let me just run this code. By the way, this code is not my code. I took it from one of the blogs. And I thank the person from the bottom of my heart for this blog, for this code, because my code was very bad. I don't know where my code is now. It must be somewhere. But I thank this person from the bottom of my heart for this code. And this very nice code. So let me just do something like, let me just run this code. Running. What I've done is I have tossed the coin like 3 lakh times. Remember, we tossed the coin 4 times, and what we got was, in 4 times we got a heads, considering head to be like 1. So all 4 times I got 1. For instance, all 4 times, or whatever times I got 1. That does not mean that the coin is unbiased. That does not mean things are bad. We will never, if you put your money on tails, that does not mean in the short term, that does not mean you will lose all the time. And of course, if you're getting heads and heads and heads and heads and heads, next time it's not a guarantee you will get a tails or a heads, because ultimately we have a series of heads. So the next thing should be our tails, because the probability of getting heads or tails is like 0.5. No, it doesn't work like that. So this is showing the probability of heads, by the way. Few trials, few coin tosses, heads, heads, heads. Slowly, 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 tails, too many tails, too many tails. Considering tail to be 0 and heads to be 1. Too many tails, too many tails. Slowly, slowly, heads are coming up. And see, in the long run, this thing converged around 0.5. And that's what the law of large numbers says. In the long run, things will work out. Things will, that's a general thing. But the technical thing would be things will work out, things will converge to the expected value in the long run. Some cases, expected value could be a good thing, or expected value could be a very bad thing. Again, depends upon the situation. But that's what law of large number says. Small fluctuations in the short term, minor fluctuations are always there. So if someone is working very hard and someone is not getting success, that's again short term. Keep at it. Keep at it. Things will work out in the long run. And that's the whole idea of law of large numbers. But again, the expected value, see, if you're working on, let's say, the gambling thing, let's assume gambling. If the odds are in your favor, let's say you did some statistical analysis and the odds are in your favor, and the expected value is that you will win, let's say, I don't know, 60% or 70% of the time. You keep on gambling again and again and again. If you do that, in the long run, the expected value, as I said, like 70% of the time you will win when you're gambling. So that's what the long term thing says. Short term, you might lose, but in the long run, you'll win. So that's small thing on the core philosophy of weak law of large numbers. So let me try one more. Let me show you one more thing. Let me just change this. Let me just change. Let's change this fair coin to a biased coin. In other words, probability of getting heads is like 80%. Let me again do this. Run this. Let's wait and let's see what happens. And yeah, got it. See, in the long run, things converged around like 0.8. The real value, this is like 0.77955. But in the long run, things converged. And that's what the whole idea of law of large numbers is. I'm not getting into any details. I'm just discussing weak law of large numbers from a very general point of view. So thank you very much, guys. Take care.